Welcome to Nature Walk, the podcast where we explore the wonders of the natural world. I'm your host, David, and I'm excited to share with you some fascinating stories from the great outdoors. Today, we're diving into the world of coral reefs, specifically in Thailand, where a team of researchers has been working tirelessly to create a baseline for coral reef community structure across the country. Coral reefs are some of the most diverse and complex ecosystems on the planet, providing a home for countless species of fish, invertebrates, and algae. But these delicate ecosystems are facing numerous threats, including climate change, pollution, and overfishing. In Thailand, the coral reefs are no exception, with many areas showing signs of decline due to human activities. The research team, led by Dr. Tom Mehrotra, has been conducting extensive surveys of coral reefs in Thailand, documenting the current state of these ecosystems and comparing them to earlier assessments. Their findings are both alarming and hopeful. On one hand, they've found that many coral reefs in Thailand are struggling, with reduced coral cover and a decline in species richness. However, they've also discovered areas with surprisingly high coral cover, particularly in the Gulf of Thailand, which has been largely overlooked in conservation efforts. One of the key insights from this research is the importance of considering the depth at which coral reefs thrive. The team found that coral reefs are richest in the top 10 meters of the ocean, with the greatest coral cover recorded at shallower depths. This has significant implications for reef restoration plans, as many artificial reefs in Thailand are currently being placed at deeper depths. The researchers are also exploring new approaches to reef restoration, including focusing on coral sexual reproduction to increase genetic diversity and build resilience into reefs. By assisting the proliferation of stress-resilient corals, they hope to give these ecosystems a better chance of surviving future bleaching events. As we continue to explore the natural world, it's clear that there's still so much to learn about these complex ecosystems. But with dedicated researchers like Dr. Mehrotra and his team working tirelessly to advance our understanding, there's hope for the future of coral reefs in Thailand and beyond. We'll be right back with more fascinating stories from the natural world on Nature Walk. Welcome back to Nature Walk. As we continue our journey through the natural world, I'd like to take you to a place where the lines between reality and mythology blur, where the forces of nature are intertwined with the human spirit. In the heart of Indonesian Borneo, there exists a fascinating example of how traditional beliefs can shape the landscape and preserve the environment. Among the indigenous Iban people of Sungai Utik, large strangler fig trees are revered as sacred, believed to house spirits that can mislead, sicken, or even kill those who disturb them. These aren't just abstract notions, they're deeply rooted in stories, warnings, and remembered losses. One such tale tells the story of a boy who vanished near a rice field, only to be found hours later by a towering fig, claiming spirits had called to him and hidden him in plain sight. For outsiders, these accounts might seem like mere folklore, but the consequences of such beliefs are palpable on the land. When the Iban clear fields for farming, they leave large strangler figs standing, creating islands of vegetation scattered through farmland, known as dipilau. These islands, occupying only a small fraction of the cultivated landscape, become living stepping stones for wildlife, drawing birds, primates, and wild pigs when other food is scarce. Measurements from Sungai Utik show that strangler figs are just as common in farmland as in nearby old-growth forest, often growing larger, unchallenged by neighboring trees. The result is an agricultural landscape that retains pockets of ecological relevance, not because of policy or external enforcement, but because of tradition. This phenomenon is what researchers call autonomous conservation, where shared norms and beliefs protect the environment without the need for incentives or threats. As we explore this remarkable example of spirituality and conservation, it's essential to recognize that the belief system that protects these trees is fragile and fraying. With many villagers now embracing Catholicism, some younger residents are beginning to question the taboos surrounding the fig trees. The consequences of this erosion could be significant, as the preservation of these trees shelters species, facilitates seed regeneration, and shapes land use in a way that's both subtle and profound. Whether or not one accepts the presence of spirits in fig trees is beside the point. What matters is that a forest has been spared, repeatedly, because cutting certain trees felt like crossing a line. In a world searching for ways to protect what remains, this line deserves our attention. As we navigate the complexities of human interaction with nature, stories like these remind us that conservation can take many forms, often unexpected and deeply rooted in culture and tradition. Welcome back to Nature Walk. Today we've been exploring the wonders of our planet, from the tiniest microorganisms to the mightiest landscapes. But as we wrap up this episode, I want to share with you a story that's both heartbreaking and hopeful. You may have heard about Marineland, a Canadian aquatic park that was once a popular tourist destination in Niagara Falls, Ontario. However, after years of dwindling ticket sales, the park has been closed to the public since 2024 and is now facing bankruptcy. The real concern, though, is the fate of the park's 30 beluga whales. With the park struggling to stay afloat, there were fears that these incredible creatures might be euthanized. But thankfully, the Canadian government has stepped in, and it looks like the whales will be sent to marine facilities in the United States. While it's not an ideal solution, as the whales will still be living in captivity, it's certainly better than the alternative. The story highlights the complex issues surrounding animal captivity and the challenges of caring for these intelligent, social creatures. As we consider the fate of Marineland's beluga whales, we're reminded of the importance of protecting and preserving our planet's precious wildlife. It's a sobering reminder that our actions have consequences, not just for the animals in our care, but also for the ecosystems they inhabit. As we conclude this episode of Nature Walk, I want to leave you with a sense of hope and responsibility. While the story of Marineland's beluga whales is complex and multifaceted, it also underscores the power of human compassion and the importance of advocating for animal welfare. As we move forward, let's strive to create a world where animals are treated with respect, dignity, and care. That's all for today's Nature Walk. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep exploring your natural world.